Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So we're going to be working on our reference journal today. Now, I wanted to do a double page on this one, so I'm going to just fill these 2 pages in. And this week in one of my videos I made these little button cards and the little buttons, so I wanted to pop that into this journal as well, onto this page. This is, I'll pop the link to the video to that, and this is one of my little pockets that I had made previously, and it's got a little dress form on, so I thought that would go really well. I also have some of this, which is like a pattern paper, so I'd like to use that, and I'm going to be using 2 of my Friday freebies as well. Now this is number 11 and 12, so they're both sewing themed ones, so it all incorporates really lovely. So you can go to my Facebook group and print these off. This has got some lovely little buttons and some lovely little sewing ephemera in as well. So I wanted to use all these little bits in the double page today. So not 100% sure what I'm doing, but I thought I'd use some of this lovely pattern paper, because it's almost like tissue paper, isn't it? And just sort of like a little bit of a collage background on that. So I'm going to use some gel matte medium on here, which is like this. I'm just going to use my big fat brush, just add a little bit onto here. I might just sort of like clip that down just so it holds the page. Maybe I'll do it down here, just so it holds the page down a little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that, take a little bit of this, and just sort of like, what should we do with it? Just stick it down just a little bit, just so it gives this sort of like a nice little sort of background bit. I might actually go all the way across like this. Just stick this down. I've got this on those little plastic containers again, just to level this up. So I just want a bit of a background like this, just so it sort of like gives it a little bit of texture on the back. Pop this up. I'll probably end up covering it up, but it doesn't matter. So you can probably get, if you haven't got any of this, you can probably get some just some very thin tea stain paper or something like that, or some paper bag or something that would work just as well. Something like brown paper bag would look alright, wouldn't it? So a little bit more on this side. Just wrinkle that up just a little bit, like that. Perfect. Maybe I'll have just one more little bit just to connect these 2 pages together, just in there. Lovely. Okay, I'm just going to quickly zap that. Let me pop the lid on my glue. Just zap that with my heat gun a moment. Okay, so there we go. Right, I'm going to use some of these. Now I'm not quite sure. I might even actually rip them. Some glue off. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Just going to almost like collage these on, so I'm just going to tear that one off and pop that. Let me just ink around the edges, a little bit of the distress ink, which I use the Vintage Photo, which I think is probably the most popular one for distressing. So just go around the edge like that. And I'm going to just stick that on. Just a little bit of collage looks quite nice, doesn't it, on the back. And it's a nice sort of arty page, I think this one's going to turn into. There we go. If that will stay down. I want to glue over the top too much because this is printer paper, and I've got an inkjet printer, so I don't want it to sort of go all smudgy. So there we go. Now let's have a look what we have. I don't want too much because I think in that little pocket would look quite nice. Let me just pop that out of the way. I have all of this ephemera as well. Oh look, that fits absolutely perfect, doesn't it? Maybe we can pop her in there like that on there. That would look quite nice, wouldn't it? And then I've got all of these little bits. So I wonder if we could make a pocket. And we could make a pocket up there. But it's a little bit too big. So I wonder if I could. Let's have a look. If I stick this one down as a pocket, that's what I shall do. Let's have a look. Let's put, I'm going to glue down the edges, just either side or round it, not on the top. I don't want it as a big pocket though, because everything's going to disappear inside. So I'm going to pop that down, and then I'm going to go probably about there, I think, and stick the rest down. Let's have a look. So then if I stick this on here like that, these underneath, I've got something to lean on, and then we will have a little pocket, but because it's glued roughly here, these aren't going to fall all the way through. They are only going to go to there. Perfect. That's lovely. Stick that down. Perfect. Right, what else can we pop? Look, we've got all these little bits, so these can be popped in there, and I think they look really nice. And I've got the little buttons, so we could pop some little buttons up here, a couple of little postcards. We could actually make a little collagey bit at the top, couldn't we? Let's stick these down with a little bit of matte medium on there. Stick that down. Another little postcard here. So these are all in my Facebook group, so you can just go off and print these off and make a little page for yourself. Now I've got some little buttons, just random stick them down. Oh, I like that. I think that looks really nice. So you've still got these journaling spots there, and then we've got the little card, the little journaling card there that we can pop into there. Let me pop that down a minute. It does fit in like that, but I quite like it, so I think I've done it just so you can sort of see her coming out. Oh, got some more buttons there. Oh, we could add those at the bottom, couldn't we? Oops, was I out of shot there? Let's stick these down. This is tacky glue I have in here. Stick a couple of little buttons in the corner. Oh, I like this. Stick that down nicely. So these are nicely stuck down. We have that lovely little pocket, which I think looks good. Now this side, I want to put this on. I don't want to sort of make a pocket and cover it up really, because then you're not going to actually see it. So what shall we do? Actually, what we could do, we could stick this onto the page, or we could stick one of these on. That fit? Not quite. I think I'm going to use this one. I'm going to cut it down a little bit. Just, where's my scissors? Let's just chop this down a little bit. Let's ink the bottom. So that will fit on there. And we could probably have a little side pocket here. And maybe I could get some little corners. What do I have? Let's just cut this piece up. I'm going to cut into a couple of little squares. Let's do 2 of these. Not very square, I don't think. So I was just thinking we could pop that on there. So this can come out at some point, but it's not stuck down. And just have some little corner bits so it fits in. Oh, I quite like that. That's what I will do. So it can come off if you wanted it to. And these can be stuck down. Let's chop this one in half, in triangles I mean. There we go. Let's pull these out of the way. So what I want to do, I think, is stick this down first. And then we've still got a little pocket to put a little note or something in there. So let's just stick round these bits. Like this. Down, stay put. Lovely. So you stay in there. Stick down nicely. Okay, you're not going to stay, are you? Okay, so what I'm going to do now, going to, these go in the corners like this. Perfect. I'm going to stick these 2 in the corners first. Just a little bit of glue around the edges. Oops. This one. Actually, this is quite a good idea if you wanted to, you've got a nice little tag or little journaling cards that have got sort of like more embellishments on them and you don't want to actually hide it. And these can just stick in there. Oopsie daisy. Stick in there like that. And then pop this down. That corner there. Make sure it's all level. You could probably take this out and journal on the back of that as well if you want a little bit of secret journaling. There we go, stay. Oops, it's not easy on this bulky journal now. Let's you stay down. There we go. I think that looks really nice. And then this can just take out. I won't take it out because I want these to stick properly first. And then we have this, which has got the little side pocket in as well, which you could probably just concertina, one of these up. Well, not concertina, you could pop it into 3 like that, couldn't you? And just use that in there as a little writing space. That looks nice. There we go. What else have we got I can pop on here? Let's pop a couple little more buttons up there, I think. And then I think we've used everything up near enough. So let's pop a little bit of, what did I do with them? There we go. Stick these on here. And then also if you've got any thread or little pins, I do have some embellishments where I've used these up anyway, which you could add on to them as well. But I think that is just really, really lovely. Pop all my little bits out the way, big mess. So there we go, guys. That's a lovely little double journal page on there. So we've got a nice little writing spot in there, which you can pop little bits and pieces in. This you can take out, so you've got to be able to use the buttons on there. A little pocket at the top, and a little pocket at the side. And some lovely bits of ephemera around there, little buttons, which are lovely. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you liked this one. That was really nice. I did enjoy that. And it's nice to use some of the things that I've made during the week as well on there. So that looks really pretty. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. And I will see you all soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.